Everybody, welcome back to another one of my YouTube videos, and today I'm going to be doing another Honor of Kings tutorial, hero tutorial, and for today's video I'm going to be specifically talking about a support hero called Zhuangzi, the whale, the CC immunity whale, and I think he's obviously a very underrated pick, and not a lot of people play him, and not a lot of people think that he's actually in the meta right now. But I think that because the meta, especially around mid, is just my Lady Zen and Frost, I think that Zhuangzi is always a good pick to have in the back of your head, especially when enemies have like a huge CC comp like Sun Che, um, Dharma, and just honestly like a couple more. Can't think of any right now, but there are just so many comps that are CC reliant that Zhuangzi is always just, it's definitely playable in a lot of comps or against a lot of teams if it fits with, your comp. So without further ado, in today's video, it's another tutorial, so I'm going to be going through my build, my emblem, my thought process, and then during the game, I'm going to be showing you a peak tournament game, and it's going to be basically, I'm going to be talking over it and just about what I'm thinking during the game. And I'm hoping that not only will you learn from how I play the game, how I think about the game, but also just learn some cool things about the hero that I've picked up as I've played games on him. So, first things first, I wanted to talk about the build on the hero, not the stats. Okay, so the emblems are pretty, pretty basic. You just want to go full tank, so these are just pretty standard. These two are standard, but this one I'm actually going for full CD. And the reason behind this is in this game you have the max CDR you can get is 10, right? So this right here, or the max CDR is 40. And this year it's already 10%, so all you need is 30 more percent. There are a lot of build paths you can go, but the one that I usually do, just because it's better for the way I play the game, is obviously, and just a quick rundown of, knowing between these two, which one to get. As Zhuangzi, you're going to be in the back line. There are rare times when you're ever going to be front line. You want to be able to use your ult, not especially on your back line, right? That's the most important part. So your back line doesn't get one shot. So some games you want to build Guardian to make sure that your back line is a little bit tankier. And if enemies are like super hard dive, this is probably better. But if you just want to go this to give them more damage, it also works. Honestly, you can't go wrong with either one of them. And in terms of, I usually go shield. It's usually the easiest one, but obviously you can change or switch in the middle of the game depending on how the game state is. Shield is always, if the enemies have like AoE damage, it's good. If you can also go heal if enemies have a lot of poke, and if enemies are like Mai or like Jing, people that sit in bushes a lot to like one-shot you, you want to be able to get vision for your backline. So that's just a breakdown of the support item. So you want to be able to stack your mana, because early game the mana is horrendous on this hero. You want to be able to learn how to manage that. So that's why these two items boost your mana per second, and also it gives you more max mana. And then once you get Dawnlight and also Glacial, you'll have plus 30 CDR. So then on top of your emblems, you have the max 40. I know there are some builds where you just go full CDR from the beginning, so you get this, so then it's 25, and all you need is like really just this item. And then, honestly, or just like these two items, and then you'll be able to be maxed. Which is also like, you can't go wrong with that either. But if you go this route, you're a little more tankier early game, which I think it's a little bit better. If you go with CDR boots early game, it's you're basically like you're trying to spam. I mean, your ult cooldown is already long enough, if I'm being honest with you. So around 40 seconds early game. Mid game it's maybe like 35, and then late game it's around like 30, so it's a little bit better. But that's why I think like going early, like in the early game, you want to be able to make it to late game. So that's why I think going a little tankier, whether it's one of these boots, it's the best choice. And then if you want to be able to, if you go these boots, the reason is you want to be able to rush max CDR, so 40% as fast as you can, right? And once you get to 40, you just want to build full tank. So like maybe like mid to late game, you can actually build like full tank items. Which when I talk about full tank items, I mean like this item and also like this item. Um, this one isn't exactly full tank because it only gives you, you know, defense. It doesn't give you like max health or anything. But these two items are obviously, it doesn't give you more health, which is definitely something that you want to keep in mind when you're playing tank. So this is basically the build path I go, and you know, for the skill, obviously heal is the best one. You're not going to go flash on this hero, and you're not going to go anything else. So that is the whole breakdown or the background of context that you might need to play this hero. And yeah, now we're going to get into the peaked gameplay, and I'm going to be talking over it. Okay, so this is a pretty high, not super high peak match, but this is pretty high, I would like to say. And I'm actually playing a new skin. This is like one of those skins where, you know, in some in-game event where you had to like watch 1 minute of the team that Team Secret played against that one tournament. So I just wanted to use that skin. This is like a limited edition skin, so I just kind of wanted to play it. Well, it's a pretty neat school, or pretty neat skin. But getting right into the gameplay, so first things first, start with mid, pretty standard, and I wanted to just rush the wave. Then I walk bot side because I'm like, okay, I don't want my lane to be screwed over because of the something. So I'm just gonna come down and help. And I'm just gonna be annoying. Early game, I can be annoying with my burst ability because, you know, I'm probably not gonna get one shot by the CC. So I'm just staying around here, and I want to, you know, right here I see my lane is leaving, so I'm like, okay, like, do I like stay? There's honestly like no purpose, and then I see him cancel it, so I was like, okay, maybe I should just help him with this wave so he doesn't get it like frozen on just over. Even though at this point I don't know where something is, it is definitely a lot better to make sure that my lane doesn't get superstar. And right here I'm like, okay, probably we don't know where the jungler is. We know that he cleared his red side, so he's walking down and he ends up showing up. I did use, you know, I think that we didn't have to play as far, just knowing the information that they cleared red side, so they're definitely passing downside. And we still don't see Sunbin in the ADC lane, so Sunbin is probably roaming around blue side, maybe helping the enemy jungle clear their jungle or something, right? But anyway, now I know after the cleared bot, I knew that Sunbin was going to walk to mid and then walk to top, so I'm coming straight to mid from, you know, from the base. And usually it's a pretty good rotation strategy, is just walking mid and just then thinking about where to go. So there are some times when you just want to go straight to a lane. Obviously it is faster, but if you go mid, it gives you some time to think about where you want to go, follow, especially if you want to follow. So now I'm just following where I think that I'm needed, and right here, right in bot side. And now I see Frost top side, right? And I think Sunbin is still around here. I do think Sunbin is still around. He has not been able to show on the map, and now I'm like, okay, I think I'm just gonna help my ADC. So I'm taking advantage of the TP because, you know, there aren't many times when a support player ever takes the TP. So take a 2-minute TP is actually, it's really good. It's a lot faster for our tempo, and there's two people top side, and Sunbin is mid. Obviously, like, I'm ult now, so we shouldn't be able to die. Even if Marco goes, I love playing Zhuangzi against Marco, because if Marco ever goes in, I can just use my ult and basically, you know, Marco's useless. And I'm trying to be as annoying as I can. I still do want to preserve my mana as much as I can. I actually go for the mid rotation. I'm just following the Sunbin, you know, especially since, you know, early game, I rarely probably will ever use my ultimate, but because obviously the cooldown is like 40, 50, 60 seconds long. That's like a really big range, but it's not short at all. So that's why I do want to, you know, be smart with it, but I do want to be able to be around my teammates just in case the fight does go break out inside. So now I'm here. Thankfully, I you know, it is a 60-second cooldown. Geez. I should not have been in that position. You know, I knew that they were going to come up. It's kind of obvious, especially, you know, everyone reset on my team. So, you know, me wasting my ult there is actually pretty bad for the team. We are getting in a position where we're getting dope. And if I had ult here, we actually, you know, I think we might be able to live with that. Now, this is not. I haven't played this early game perfectly yet. But later in this game, it actually does get a lot better. And this hero actually, you can see why he's so strong and how you can take advantage of this hero. So now, going back to mid lane and just staying where I'm needed and seeing where I should go. Watching bot side, maybe I should path this way. Obviously, the blue side is spawning up, so I'm assuming that the jungle is also going to be mid side to their blue side. And now I'm also, in the same time, I'm keeping an eye on my top laner, or my ADC in this case. And it's a 1v1, so Sunbin's here, so there's nothing for me to do. And I did use my ult there. Because I thought that Sunbin was gonna use his silence a lot faster, but he actually saved it too long. But nothing happens there other than I think we were able to actually steal their blue buff, so it was a success invade. And my cleanse is obviously cooldown is getting a lot shorter. But now I'm still staying in mid side, and I'm just following, and then I'm following the Sunbin. And this fight, they're really good fight. It's not a good fight. I don't really have ult, but we're still fighting it anyway. Right here, I think everyone was gone, and I should not have chased that. There's no way I was going to kill something. I just wanted to be annoying, but I actually died in turn. And instead of even giving kill to Sunbin, I gave it to Marco. So that was, first 5 minutes of this game has not been working in my favor. I've not been playing it perfectly yet. There are a lot of things I could have done better, and especially just thinking about the game. There are some times when I stayed longer than I should, and it just made no sense. Sometimes, everyone makes dumb plays. For example, me thinking that I just wanted to be annoying to something, that ended up being the reason that I died. So from here, I'm watching this, I'm like, okay, I want him. There's no reason I should go top side. Blue side spawning up, so I'm assuming that the jungle is going to be around blue side. And Sunbin is around mid, so obviously I can't get frozen because I'm using my passive and my first ability to take advantage of that. So I wanted to do something, see if we can invade or do something here, and we actually ended up stealing it without jungle, but we still stole it. And I do have ult, so anytime Frost ults, it's good, even though it was just for me. I still used it because I thought that, just in case, because I didn't want to die again. I already have one death, so I didn't just want to die again. So there's 2 bot side and there's 2 mid side, so there's 4 people here, but I'm just taking this plant, and this Aline TP's top side, so it was actually a pretty good TP. And our jungler wanted to do this, and I was like, okay, it's actually a pretty good call because Primal is running off, and it's pretty much free because their jungles are probably not going to show up there, and we know that a lot of them are top side, so the best play here is we just push mid. We already got purple, and we see that the Frost is pretty far, so this is we get hits in, and I'm just trying to be annoying, trying to zone them as much as I can, but the jungler shows up, so we can't really do much about it, but we did get pretty good damage on it. Nice to heal for him to just movement speed and just get him out of there faster. And now with Ladies End, it's really easy to siege. They do have Frost, so that is the one tricky thing. But once Frost uses it all, we're able to push. And we actually, even with the silence, we're able to get the tower. So now this is really good, right? Because we're able to play from both sides of the jungle now. We're able to invade red side easier. We're able to invade blue side easier. And also, it's a lot easier for me to get pushing. So now I'm just trying to send these bushes, play around for the blue buff again, which is going to be really annoying. So as soon as the Marco ults, I just want to use my ult. And I want to be using my slow right after that because, if they get my first, usually when I use my ult, obviously I'm already CC immune, and then I use my slow to make sure the second that my ult immunity goes off, I'm still immune, just in case. So obviously right here, we're just trying to keep pushing, and I'm like, okay, so maybe I can get my shield to him, and he ended up didn't need it, but he didn't take an extra push, so I would have saved him there. And now we're, the game is pretty much, we're in a really good position. Well, I was a bit scared that we were both going to die here, but we actually did manage to get out. He did stay for an extra bit, so I did get scared, but I just wanted to leave. There are some times when like me as a support player, I just want to leave, but my AC doesn't want to leave, or my mid laner doesn't want to, or someone on my team doesn't want to leave. And sometimes I stay, and sometimes I'm the actual reason that like they're alive. It's just something that like if you can do something, for example, like if you can save your teammate without like getting too close to them, then you probably should stay for an extra wave or something if they want to push the wave out. For example, if I had like the shield item, it's like pretty safe for me to stay around even if I'm like one shot, if my ADC wants to clear the wave or something. But you want to be there just in case. You just want to play for the team, So now I'm just being really, really annoying, and then I do see the blue timer spawning up, and I'm like, okay, shoot, I should be there. I should be playing for it. So he's obviously already here, and now I'm trying to be zoned away, using my first ability to zone. And just also keep in mind that I'm maxing my second ability on this hero. If there is stacks, and anytime you use your second ability, you have 5 stacks, and that's why you see me here like just trying as much as to not only like try to do damage, but I'm also trying to stay around my teammates and just making them move faster. So you can stack 5 times on a teammate if they're nearby your second ability, and they actually get you movement speed. And that's why the more you max out your second ability, the faster they move. And obviously the shorter cooldown, so you can spam it more. So right here during the second timing, I just want to be annoying. I knew he was gonna go on me, but it's honestly, as long as I wasted his time and scared him off, it's okay. I actually think he could have killed me there, but he didn't go for it. But now we got the enhanced objective, so the game is pretty. It's a lot easier to understand what your role is now during this timing. After you get the purple objective. So you do want to be able to, I think if we can play for an inhib, definitely the best choice to play for an inhib. You definitely want to play for an inhib. But most of the time, especially when you're against like a good frost, it's probably hard to push it into an inhib. So as long as you get all the tier 2 towers and clear jungle, it's good. But this game is, I wish I didn't use my ult, but I think that it was probably with the Guan Yu going in with the second ability, I didn't want my teammates to get split apart, so I did use it there. But if I did still have it, I would honestly just save for Marco, because Marco is the most fed on the team now. So if I save my ult for his ult, honestly, it's like good. So right there, I just wanted to tank it for my ladies in. All these small things that it's just as a support player you can do. And we did die around this time, so we did waste the purple. We weren't able to push with it with the dragon, but we did get most of the tier 2 towers, so that's a plus. And now we want to play for the yellow, but obviously that is going to be top side, and we did actually get the mid tower here. So we see a lot of them on the map. We see 2 of them here. Marco's probably sitting. Oh, Marco's also here with them. So there's 4 here, and jungle's top side, probably going to clear top wave. And so now we're doing yellow, and now I know where all of them are on the map. So I'm just going to play around this bush and just making sure I'm zoning them away from coming in. So I know that this is the objective, so we got the objective and see if they're going in. Now I'm like, okay, I just want to wait for my abilities. I want to use my ult at the right time, and I wanted to predict, the Marco coming in, and I actually used it at the right time. Or Marco maybe used it at the wrong time, I don't even know, but Marco used it, and then you also see me here like trying to spam my second ability as much as I can. So you see how we're all moving a little faster. It's just, this hero is not only just about the CC immunity, about like the shield from the ult, but it's also about being able to spam your movement speed. I definitely should have spammed it a lot earlier, but the thing is that when it's obviously you have less mana early game, only to like mid to late game, that's when you actually have when you're able to like spam your abilities. Even to like late game now, it's like, I'm still using quite a bit of mana. So I wanted to,
it's you just have to know when to use it. Especially during team fighting, it's like probably the best time. But this was a pretty easy game. I mean, I only died once, and that was just because I made a mistake. But this was a pretty straightforward game. It was a pretty easy win, and just didn't feel like the enemies could do anything. Because if the Marco wanted to go in, I would just probably ult it during the same time, so he didn't really do that much. And then if I also, some of the fights I was spamming my second ability, so that also provided my teammates with the extra movement speed. So all around, this was a pretty clean game. Thank you for watching this video, and I really hope that you enjoyed this hero tutorial on Zhuangzi, and also about just knowing how to build better. I can also do a more, in-depth video about all the support items and also all the tank items, just knowing what to build, how to read the map better, how to know where to be around objective timing, all these things that I've learned over the years competing at the highest level, playing professionally for other games, and also just, spending a crap ton of time playing HOK specifically. But I really hope that you learned something today, and feel free to comment down below anything that you want me to work or do next, any suggestions, any comments, any what you want to see more. I do have another video coming out tomorrow. It's going to be about the most played bot duo, or one of the most played bot duos, definitely top 2, but I really think it's a pretty strong bot duo that I think a lot of people have been abusing to climb ranks, and it's still pretty strong right now. If you're a support player and you just you always do it with an ADC. So stay tuned for that video tomorrow. And without further ado, obviously with Zhuangzi, I really hope that this video reveals some things that you didn't know about him, and I think that he is definitely underrated to pick. Always keep in mind about him. He definitely does still have his cons, right? So in that video, you saw me, getting caught out a few times, wasting my ult, using it for myself. Like, all these things are just, really big things, and just things that you shouldn't be doing. But I think that it's also really important for you to see, me making mistakes and then rewatching it and then being able to identify those mistakes and just knowing that, you can't do that, especially when you're playing this hero. Obviously, his whole kit is around his ult, so you don't want to be out of position. You have to be in position, and you just have to know how to be able to, I think this hero forces you, this hero forces you to play better, and make sure that you're always in the right position. And I think that, when you expand your hero pool and play some heroes, it also teaches you how to play the game, because there are some heroes where it doesn't matter, if you're out of position or not, because it's okay. You have some safety net. For example, Zhangfei, he has his ult that makes him immune, and he has a really far dash. But some heroes like Zhuangzi, you don't have any dashes, you only have the CC immunity, right? But that's not going to save you if they're all going on to you, because you have no dash or anything, So anyway, thank you for watching today's video, and I hope you subscribe, like the video, and comment. Alright, thank you. Bye.